do the thing where you're recording. Just turn on. Did you do it? I've never done anything wrong to you. You've got nothing but support and love. Okay. I think it's working. Hello. Today I'm going to share a list of my favorite software strategies and products for writers. I'll tell you what I like about them, how to use them, and how much they cost, though most of them are free. And everything that can be linked will be linked in the description. Complete sidebar, I got a lot of messages about my jewelry in my last video, and I can't tell you where most of it came from, but this little snake ring guy and this little ear cuff squiggly man, they both came from theuniverseconspires.com, which is an indie jeweler who is very cool and nice and talented. They do a lot of stuff with metal and rocks. I don't know, go check them out. Okay, writer tools. Starting with software, this one is a great tool for writers who have trouble focusing or writers that prefer to write in sprints instead of marathons, and writers who are easily distracted by the internet or anything else on their computer, which I think is most of them. Cold Turkey Writer is a drafting program that locks you out of your entire computer and everything in it until you have hit either a word count goal or a time-based goal. You cannot get out of it once you lock in until you have succeeded. So it's very effective, and it's a great, minimalistic way to do writing sprints. Cold Turkey isn't for full drafting, I wouldn't write a whole novel in there, obviously, but I'll do my writing sprints to get my words out, especially if I have a scene that I'm struggling with or I'm just not focusing that day. This pretty much fixes it every single time. Then I'll just copy it into my regular drafting program to look it over and edit it there. Cold Turkey is for getting that first draft out really quickly because sometimes that's the hardest part of writing. And this will probably never apply to you, but I had a nice experience with the creator where I accidentally bought the regular Cold Turkey, which is a different productivity program. I emailed them and was like, that's my bad, I meant to buy this one. They refunded me immediately, no questions asked. So then I was able to go buy the correct version. I'm just always so surprised when writing software has nice customer service. So you can get Cold Turkey Writer for a one-time fee of $9. After I've gotten that first draft in Cold Turkey, I copy it over to my next writing tool, which is NovelPad. Surprise! NovelPad is fantastic for most, if not all, of the steps of the writing process. It's got this great distraction-free drafting page. It has a pretty robust note-taking feature that lets you link to other elements of your project within the note. So they're great for brainstorming and world building and edit and revision notes, character development, all that. Whatever side document you need that's not the main manuscript, you can do in notes and you can format them and link between them. It's great. I love how organized the whole thing is in general. You get this really nice overshot view of your whole project with scene and chapter cards that you can click and drag around. It comes with a pro writing aid integration, so you get your grammar check included. You can assign dates, locations, and customizable labels to all of your scenes, so it's very organized, but also you build it yourself for exactly what you want to be able to do. I could list NovelPad features all day, but I'm just going to tell you one more. It's my favorite one, and it's side-by-side scene revisions. So you can make revisions of any scene and then save infinite versions of them that stay attached to that scene. You can see them side by side and you can just swap them out with one click. This makes revising so much easier for me because I used to just have multiple documents with all of my different versions of everything and I couldn't remember what was the most recent one, and it was hard to compare the two to decide which version I liked best, and I'm really bad at naming files. It's a nightmare. So this revisions feature makes that so much easier. I don't know what this is, I'm sorry I did it. And it's nice how easy you can swap which one is live in the manuscript, and all of the rest are saved and attached to that scene. It's all in one place. It's awesome. NovelPad also has writing workshops included with your subscription where they will match you up with a few other writers who are in your general genre. Then you can meet regularly and swap feedback. It's pretty cool. So you can get NovelPad for either $15 a month or at a discounted rate of $120 for the whole year. There's also a no commitment, no credit card required 2-week trial, so there's really no reason not to try it out. And if you decide that you don't want to continue with NovelPad at the end of it, you can always download everything that you've written in it, including your notes and character sheets and whatever else. So they're not gonna hold your work hostage if you decide not to go with them. The fourth tool is called Koji, which is the sponsor of this video. Hello, Koji. I mentioned them in my last video. They're basically Linktree's hot older sister, but it's one place where you can organize everything you want to link your audience to. You can sell ebooks directly on Koji, link to all your socials and your mailing list, sell downloadables, create video courses, and interact with your audience through AMA apps, games, anonymous messaging, and other exclusive content. You can either put that behind behind a paywall and make a little extra money, or just kind of have that available for whoever visits your link. I love Koji as an alternative to selling ebooks on Amazon. For self-published writers, we have a lot of freedom in how and where we sell our books, and Koji is a great opportunity because it's a workaround for the many readers who do not want to buy from Amazon. And I've mentioned before that I use Koji for one of my pen names to sell ebooks, so I set the price point where it's cheaper than buying from Amazon for the customer, but I get more money because Koji has more favorable royalty rates. So more money in your pocket, less in Amazon's, and your readers get to pay a little bit less. Pretty sick. And under this publishing name, I sell things like downloadables, and I can link to my recent content, my socials, affiliate links, merch shop, newsletter sign up, all that stuff. It's just one convenient link to hold everything in one place, plus it's a point of sale. I really love that I can create a downloadable like the Writing Pretty Prose PDF, set it up on Koji, and then completely forget about it because it's gonna process the payments and deliver the goods for me. Koji is free to sign up, no monthly fees, and most of the templates are free to use, while some of them take just a small percentage of your sales. So you're not putting any money into it to use it. This next one is so unnecessary, but so cute. Virtual Cottage is free to use on Steam, and it's just a little thing you can open while you're working if you have dual monitors, or 3. Some of y'all are crazy. I don't know how y'all do that. I like to set it up during writing sessions. It's just a little friend in a cottage, and you can set timers, a focus for your day, a to-do list, and you can toggle between a cat or a dog, which I feel like is very important. You've got some different audio options like rain, snow, wind, fire crackling, and lo-fi, and you can control the volumes individually. So if you're a person who needs a little ambient noise to be productive, or you like to use timers, or you just want to like block off one of your monitors for productivity, it's just so cute. Number 5 is, surprise, ChatGPT. You can use chat AIs to help with your writing in all kinds of ways. Like, I've given it an overview of my plot and it's given me a beat sheet. I've described books and asked for a list of title suggestions for that genre. You can ask it for help with like character development and plot holes. Basically just like give it some information enough for it to come up with solutions, and it can give you a list of ideas. Before they like tightened up what it was allowed to say, I used it for one of my erotica pen names by giving like an overview of the plot of the book and then asking for it to give me a progressive list of sex scenes that like escalate for that specific subgenre I was writing in. It doesn't do that anymore, but there are so many ways that it can help you. You can even use it for blog or video content. Like sometimes I will give it a topic and just ask for a list of like niche search inquiries that are related to that. They're not all bangers. Like if you ask for 30 suggestions, 10 of them are gonna be great. It's free to use, and it's just like having a weird little friend to bounce ideas off of. It's kind of fun. Go see what you can do with it. Okay, moving on to writer strategies. The first one is just having social media alternatives. Social media is not reliable. Instagram and Facebook have both been getting progressively more awful through the years. Facebook started out trash, and then they had to spread their ick to Instagram. It literally takes like 3 or 4 tries to post a carousel that doesn't have a fried up image in it. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. The draft function hasn't worked in like 4 years. Sometimes it posts my stories upside down. Why does it do that? All of their algorithms are whack. Twitter got bought by a megalomaniac who has no idea what he's doing. Check marks are ruined. Twitch and YouTube can both be pretty unreliable as well. TikTok accounts are deleted for seemingly no reason. Also, it might be outlawed in the US soon. Shadow banning, copyright strikes, account takedowns, false spam reports. Like anything can happen. So make sure you have at least one, but preferably several, connections to your readers that you control. This could be an author site. It could be Substack, which is a sort of like subscription newsletter, a general newsletter. I use Flowdesk to manage my mailing list and newsletters, and I'll put a link in the description that'll get you 50% off your first year if you want to try it out. Also, make sure that you're cross-promoting between your different platforms so that even if you are relying on social media, you can have kind of a comparable following across several in case one of them tanks for whatever reason. There are tons of options, but basically put some thought into how you can make a stronger container to hold your things. The second strategy is ebook backlinks. So I experimented with this one a little bit, and there is a huge difference in sales between books where I did this and books where I did not. Include links to your other books in the back of your ebooks. Self-pubs control pretty much everything. So if you're self-published, go back to your old publications and link your new ones at the end. Anyone who makes it all the way through your book probably really liked it. So if you give them somewhere else to go afterward, they will most likely go. If you have one book and 20 readers, you sell 20 books. If you have 5 books that are kind of interconnected and you can link to each other and you still have those 20 readers, you've sold 100 books. It's just math. This is important for series, but also just other books that you've written. If you have a huge library, be a little strategic in the ones that you link, like try to stick to the same category or genre or series, because that will like give a higher chance of the reader continuing on to the next book. If you write like a sci-fi and a self-help and you link those together, you're probably not going to get anything. But the attention of a reader who makes it to the end of your ebook is really valuable. Don't toss it back into the void. Redirect that attention to more of your stuff. Mind mapping. Mind mapping is very basic, but it's great for problem solving. You just write your word or problem or question or idea in the middle of a page, and then you kind of word associate in branches and then branch off from those words. It's a good brainstorming strategy. It's helpful for visualizing and focusing on one project. It's also helpful for people who benefit from like a more tactile experience. Sometimes it's just easier to think without a computer. This is great for nonfiction in particular, because if you start with your book's main focus, then branch off from there, each of those branches could be a section in the book, then each branch from those could be chapters, etc. Okay, our last category of writer tool is product recommendations. Number 1 is ergonomics. I don't have specific recommendations for this because everyone's a little different and working with different budgets, but I have a split keyboard with a little tilt and this mouse. Both of them have helped with wrist pain, and the keyboard is really good for like this whole area of your body because it keeps your shoulders pushed back instead of like hunched over like a regular keyboard. I also have a standing desk that I can move to any height so that I can move between sitting and standing throughout the day, because your best posture is your next posture. You should also take care of your eyes if you're looking at a screen all day, so you can use blue light lenses. Do those work? Or adjust your screen settings with something like flux so the colors of your screen can fluctuate like the sun does. Investing in things that can save your body in the long run is always a good investment, especially if you're spending most of your day at your desk. You just get the one body forever, presumably, who knows. Number 2 is this notebook. It's soft, it has really nice thick paper. Oh, interesting. It's got a little bookmark and a little strap, a little pen holder. Wonderful. Speaking of, this pen is a Sharpie S Gel. It is the best thing I've ever written with. It is so smooth and never smears. I bought a dozen of these like 3 years ago, and I've given away several and I still haven't ran out. I think the box I bought was like $12. I don't remember how much this notebook was, but I will put it somewhere on the screen, probably right here where I'm indicating. That would make the most sense. So cold turkey for writing sprints, novel pad for planning, drafting, and revising your novel, Koji for selling ebooks and other materials, virtual cottage for focus, ChatGPT for ideas. You should build a strong author platform with pillars that Zuck does not own. Make sure you're dropping links in the back of your ebooks and use mind mapping for brainstorms. Purchases that will make your desk area more comfortable and healthier are always a good idea. And I really like this notebook and pen, but I guess that one's a little subjective. That's all I got for this video. See you next time. Bye.